If you have written any amount of Python code in the past, you have probably used or at least heard about IDEs. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, and it is a program where you write and execute computer languages such as Python. So an IDE is basically a text editor but with some extra features for programming. So what is the best IDE to use for Python? That is the question I'm going to answer in this video. So I'm going to mention a few of the best IDEs for Python and then discuss which is actually the best one among them. And the first one is IDLE. This is an IDE and is in the list of the best IDEs, not because it's really the best one, but because it comes shipped with Python. So you don't need to install it, you just install Python and then search for IDLE among your programs and open that IDE. So that IDE is good to start with Python because you don't have to install any extra things, so everything works out of the box with IDLE. However, eventually you will need a better IDE. And two of the best IDEs for Python, in my opinion, and also in the opinion of most Python programmers, are Visual Studio Code and PyCharm. Now, Visual Studio Code is lighter than PyCharm, and you can add plugins to Visual Studio Code as you need them. So you can add plugins for programming with Python, since Visual Studio Code is an IDE for other programming languages as well. On the other hand, PyCharm works out of the box with Python because it's an IDE designed for Python. In this course, we will use PyCharm. I think as long as you're learning Python basics, Visual Studio Code is great, but then you need something like PyCharm, which I think will take your Python programming in the next level. So PyCharm is our choice. However, in the first app, so in the next few sections, we will not use PyCharm, we will use a cloud-based Jupyter notebook, so you don't need to install anything. I'll give you the link where you can access a ready-to-use Jupyter notebook on your browser. So if you don't know, a Jupyter notebook is a simple browser-based IDE that allows you to write and execute Python code, but also keep notes along your code. So in the first few sections we will not be doing any heavy development. You will learn to code using Python classes and object-oriented programming, and a Jupyter notebook is a great solution for this purpose. In the next video you can find the link to the cloud-based Jupyter which you can use. So Jupyter for app 1, then for app 2 to 10, PyCharm. I'll also show you how to use PyCharm after I show you how to install it after app 1, and then we will build programs using PyCharm. That's for now, I'll talk to you in the next video.